What's up, guys? Phoenix here. I just replied to a post on Reddit, and it did have an interesting question. So if I go right here, let me read this one. It's this article right here. Let's see. Bandlab doesn't make it easy. Limited instruments, no third-party plugin support, mixing EQ tools are pretty basic. Mini editing can be frustrating. Okay, yes, all this is true about Bandlab Web. But keep in mind that Bandlab is the stepping stone. It's going to be the training wheels in order to get in music. Bandlab's not supposed to be advanced, okay? It's not going to be like Ableton or GarageBand where you're going to do some advanced stuff. Because let me say, if you're a beginner and you're going to get into those powerful DAWs, you're going to more than likely get lost. I mean, there's a reason why Bandlab is color coded. There's a reason why it tries to make it easy for the average person. That's what you want to do. You either want to go to the Bandlab clips and start drag and dropping, editing, add some clips there and here and there. But maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to download the beat for somebody else. You want to fork it. It's up to you. The whole point of the Bandlab is to get somebody interested in music, is to actually create music the best way they can. The UI, user interface of the Bandlab web, tries to make it easier for everybody, the average person, which is why you got bedroom recording now. Heck, why not? That's perfect. You're going to be drag and dropping the clips over here and you're going to make your beat. You start to put this stuff together. It's like a puzzle. And then when you start going into like my one of my songs here, Night Drive, you got all these chords. You got all these beats here. I mean, this is from the actual instruments. Yes, there's not much to work with on the instruments, which is the downfall of Bandlab. There are no third-party plugins. I mean, and honestly, in my personal opinion, the instruments kind of sound the same when I started messing with it, so they don't really stand out that much. But you could configure your own drums yourself. It doesn't always have to be samples. Let me see. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry about that. My computer's slow. But that's my point, is that you can make your own chords. When you start making your own chords and working with all these instruments, then you're going to go ahead and graduate from Beatmaker into producer. Because personally, to me, there's a difference between a beatmaker. A beatmaker typically goes to and downloads clips and puts stuff together. That's typically what I consider a beat maker. And then you start producing, where you start to know the chords. You're picky about how you want your drums to sound. In other words, you're gonna want more flexibility, and when that flexibility comes in, you're gonna want a real DAW. I mean, what Bandlab Web is a good DAW, but it's also a basic DAW. You're gonna want a real DAW, and you're gonna more than likely go to the ones you pay for, like GarageBand, Fruity Loops, and Ableton. So that's a good thing, because now your skills are advancing. You're starting to get the concepts of chords and timing and the flexibility you want. That is a great thing. And then next you know, you're gonna start mixing, mastering professionally, and then that's when your career is gonna take off. Yes, Bandlab does have Cakewalk. I think there's also another one called Cakewalk Next that you could download. The only problem I had with it is downloading my projects, because all my projects are already on the web, so it's like it's kind of hard to download it for whatever reason. For the life of me, I don't know why. But if you want to mess with Cakewalk or Cakewalk Next, go for it. Do it. you know, because all my projects here, and I had problems downloading the projects. So, which you can, if you got a project up here and you want to download it to Cakewalk Next that's installed on your computer, you can. If it works for you, or if you can figure it out, hey, hit me up because I have problems doing it. So, but yeah, start knowing music theory, start getting familiar with it, and it's gonna come naturally either way. Because I know you're gonna download a clip, you're like, I want to sound like this, I want to sound like that. But yeah, at the same time, the piano on the clip don't sound like the piano on the instruments with Bandlab. That's the only thing that sucks. And that's when you have to use a real DAW and you start getting familiar about the software and you want it to sound a certain way. When you want it to sound a certain way at a certain beat, at a certain timing, you can't really chop up the clip like the way you want to. And that's when you know you're naturally going from Beatmaker to producer. So keep on using Bandlab Web, and then when you start getting advanced topics, get into a real DAW, and there's plenty of YouTube videos to talk about that. And it's up to you how you want to approach it. All right. I'll see you guys. Have fun.